Hey everybody, it's time for another round of Which Rhythm Do You Hear? This time, instead of dividing into two teams, we'll just play on our own at our desks or wherever you're watching this video. Okay, so the very first round that we'll play will have to do with syncopations. If you remember, syncopation means that you have a rhythm that falls in between the steady beats of a piece of music. The easiest way to recognize a syncopation, the way that we've studied it, is to see if you have a single eighth note, followed by a quarter note, followed by another eighth note. If you do, you have syncopation. So as we get ready to play with these 10 questions, we're going to go through, look at each of our rhythm options, 1, 2, and 3, or the top, middle, and bottom. And then we'll listen to our rhythmic example 3 times. Then I'll let you know what the correct answer is, and we'll move on to the next question. Ready, everyone? Here's number 1. Let's go ahead and clap and speak with our rhythm syllables, the very first example. It sounds like this. Syncopata. Ready? Try it. Here you go. Syncopata. The second example sounds like this. Ta, syncopata. Ready? Try it. Let's go. Ta, syncopata. And the last example here, the last option I should say, sounds like this. Here I go. Syncopata ta. Try it with me. Here we go. Syncopata ta. All right, let's listen to this thing 3 times. Here's the first time. And the second time. And the last time. Did you think it was the top response, the first one, middle response, the second one, or the third response, the last one? If you guessed number 2 or the middle one, you're correct. Nice. Here's our second example. The very top one sounds like this. Syncopatita. Ready? Try it with me. Go. Syncopatita. The middle response sounds like this. Ta, ti, 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 ta. Try it with me. Here we go. Ta, ti, 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 ta. And the bottom one sounds like this. I'm going to show the rest by touching my shoulders. Here I go. Syncopata. Try it with me. Ready? Go. Syncopata. All right, let's listen to see which of those 3 we'll hear. Here's the first time. The second time. And the last time. So, do you think it's the top, the middle, or the bottom response? If you guessed the first response, the one up at the top, you got it right. Nice work. Let's keep going to number 3. The first example sounds like this. Syncopata ta. Try it with me. Here you go. Syncopata ta. The second example sounds like this. Syncopata. Try it with me. One time, go. Syncopata. And the last example sounds like this. Syncopata. Ready? Try it with me. Go. Syncopata. All right, let's listen to it 3 times. Here's the first time. time. And the last time. Did you think it was option number 1 at the top, 2 in the middle, or 3 on the bottom? If you guessed number 1 at the top here, you got it correct. Here's number 4. Since we've had a chance to actually play through all of those patterns, clapping and speaking, I'm going to go ahead and just play the example 3 times for number 4. Here's the first time. The second time. And the last time. Did you think it was the first example at the top, the one in the middle, or the one on the bottom? If you guessed the middle response, you're correct. Nice work. Here's number 5. Here's the first time through for number 5. The second time through for number 5. And the last time through for number 5. Did you think it was the first example, the middle example, or the last example? If you guessed the very first one, you got it correct. Nice work. Here's number 6. That was the first time. Here's the second time for number 6. And the last time for number 6. Did you think that number 6 was the first example at the top, the middle example, or the one on the bottom? If you guessed the bottom or the third example, you got it correct. Nice work. All right, let's look at number 7. Here it is the first time. And the second time. Listen very carefully. And the last time for number 7. I think number 7's a little bit tricky. If you're not listening carefully, you might not have heard that the very last sound holds out for a long time. So since the last sound really holds out to the very end of the example, it's got to be number 3 down here at the bottom that has the half note at the end. Tricky. Again, if you weren't listening super carefully, you might have thought it was the middle example, but we didn't have a rest at the end. Onward to number 8. Here's number 8 the first time. Number 8 the second time. And number 8 the last time. So, did you think it was the first, the second, or the last example? If you guessed the one at the top, you got it correct. Nice work. All right, just 2 more. Let's listen to the first time through number 9. The second time through number 9. last time through number 9. All right, did you think it was the first, the second, or the third example? If you guessed the very first one, you got it correct. Nice work. All right, just one more of our syncopation examples. Here's number 10, the first time through. Here's number 10, the second time. And number 10, the last time. So, first, second, or third example, which one? If you guessed the third example down here at the bottom, you got it correct. And that, my friends, was Which Rhythm Do You Hear? Syncopation Edition. We'll be back to play another version soon. I'll talk to you soon, friends.